Guys, welcome back to another video. As you can see from the title, I'm gonna give you 3 hard truths why height matters for men. I found out some really interesting data, guys, to back up these points, why height actually matters so much for men. So make sure you stick around to the end of the video because I'll be going over it in the 3rd point especially. The first and most obvious reason why height matters for men is for women. Guys, just to be straight and clear with you, every guy knows this whether he wants to admit it or not, but a woman will not be with you if you're shorter than her. Now, there's gonna be some guy in the comments, well, I'm 5'6" and I'm 5'7" and my girlfriend's 6 foot. And all right, yes to that guy, but I promise you, you're an outlier. On this channel, we speak on the law of averages and for what the case would be like for most people. And for most guys, a woman will not be comfortable dating you if you're shorter than her. Now, this is one thing that women will never admit because they don't want to seem shallow and they don't want to sound shallow, but you guys see it in some of these dating shows, especially online, on YouTube. A lot of times women will say that the reason why they don't want to be with a guy that's shorter than them is because they don't feel safe. They don't feel comfortable. They don't feel protected. Think about it from like a biological standpoint as well. A lot of times women look for a man to like fill the role of her father, whether that's like weird or not to hear. Guys, I don't make the rules, but that really is the case. And a lot of times, you know, women will be shorter and smaller than their fathers. They want to feel like you can take and fill that role and protect them. Even if you are like financially above her, you could be more well educated than her. You could even be a millionaire or a billionaire. There's been even videos, like an old study, I think it was from like the 80s or the 90s, where they walked a lot of women into a room and it was like a two-way mirror, like a two-way glass, and they showed them a bunch of men. And the shortest guy, they said, hey, this guy is like a millionaire, he owns a company, who do you think is the most attractive in this lineup? And still, even with those facts, with that data, the women still chose the guy that was taller than the guy that was shorter. One more very important point on this as well too, guys. The main point in this video is 3 hard truths why height matters. But even more so than that, guys, you wanna do everything in your power to get as close to 6 feet as possible. I don't wanna be one of those guys that's like, okay, you let height hold you back. But honestly, so many doors get unlocked to you when you're 6 foot, or at least just close to it, like 5'11", minimum 5'10". But really you need to be like 5'11 and a half, 6 foot in this world if you want life to open up to you. The reason being from this too, talking about speaking on the law of averages, well, the average height for males in America is 5'9", and I also believe that's the average height for men just across the whole world. And the average height for women, I believe, is 5'6" or 5'7". But guys, you have to take into account most women's shoes, not even just heels, but most women's shoes, they have like platform shoes, wedges and stuff, give them at least 2 inches in height. And most men's shoes don't even give us like an inch in height. So take a guy that's 5'9", he's like a true 5'9". Well, a woman can be 5'7", but with even just like the most regular shoe that she wears, she's gonna be 5'9". And how women work is they want somebody that's not even equal to them, but always above them. So a 5'7" woman won't even usually like a 5'9" guy because with wearing shoes, she's gonna be his same height. So you have to take that into account as well too, guys. That's why you have to do everything in your power to try to become as close to 6 feet as possible. I have other videos on my channel telling you guys how to increase your height, even how to add 2 inches to your height instantly. So if you guys wanna learn about that, go check out those other videos. The second hard truth for why height matters for men is because there was a study that showed that most of the CEOs of Fortune 500 companies were at least 6 foot and above. So does this mean that all of them are 6 foot? No, but most of the CEOs that ran Fortune 500 companies were at least 6 foot, this study found. Studies show that the taller you are, the more opportunity you have for growth in whatever job that you have. Individuals, males especially, that were taller were seen as more capable, more intelligent, and just more able-bodied to be able to do whatever job it is. So this was across every industry, guys. I've seen this especially in my own workplace. I'm a bartender and I have a funny story for you guys. So at the bar that I work at, there are 2 general managers. One of the general managers, and these are the guys that run the whole restaurant. One of them is 6'2", 6'3". He looks like freaking Thor, like Chris Hemsworth, whatever his name is. Super tall guy. And the other manager is like this other 5'6", 5'7" guy. And guys, you should just see how people treat each of them. Like the guy that is shorter, he does kind of have short man syndrome and he's kind of mean and like a dick for no reason. But also just people's perception of him is so entirely different. The guy that's taller, everybody loves that manager. It's like he can do no wrong, even if he like gives you criticisms, like constructive criticism. But the guy that's short, if he even says anything to anybody, people just brush him off. They're like, oh, it's just that guy. Like, don't listen to him, don't worry about it. So people actually do treat you differently, guys. Another thing too about the situation is that that both of the two managers are about equal in facial attractiveness. I wish I could put their faces on the screen, but they literally look the same as far as face goes, but also with being taller, you have like a bigger frame as well. That's why it's so important to go work out in the gym, do all these things that increase your HGH and human growth hormone, because that will also help you have a bigger frame so that as you grow and get taller, you'll be stronger and you'll like fill out as well. But again, guys, I can't stress it enough. If you're underneath 30, there are still things you can do to get taller in this world. So treat it like an arms race, guy. Like it's like a gold rush. Do everything in your power to grow as much as you can while you're still underneath 30, because you can still grow. It really does kind of cut off around 26, 27 for most guys, but there have been cases of people growing into their 30s. So everything is mine, all is mine. So whatever you put into your mind, it's possible and you're capable of doing it. The third hard truth why height matters for men is just because of how people will treat you. This kind of combines both of the first 2 points, but again, guys, in my job specifically, I feel like I have the best job to be able to see people and like study how human behavior works, because I'm a bartender. So I'm always seeing people sitting at the bar, and it's also people when they're a little bit like with their guard down, because after a drink or two, people's true colors start to show out. And you should see how some of these, especially how women treat men. A guy can come over and he can have like the strongest face card. There's even a trend going on TikTok right now with guys that have strong face cards, but they're like 5'7", 5'8", and women just, they're like, oh, this guy is so attractive, but since he's so short, I couldn't see myself being with him. That happens even in real life. I see it at the bar all the time. Sitting down, this guy's talking to a girl, oh yeah, everything's going good, whatever. As soon as he stands up, it's almost like she sizes him. She's like, oh wow, like you're not as tall as I thought you would be. And at that point, it's just like so heartbreaking and a little bit cringe for me, guys, because I feel for these dudes. Because even though, you know, they have a nice face, they look strong and all this stuff, they have money, because even sitting at the bar for a while, it takes a lot of money to be able to do that, guys. Cocktails are like $20 a piece nowadays. But even being able to be there shows that you have some type of like financial and social status. But guys, at the end of the day, almost none of that matters. It's how tall you are. And it's kind of sad, it's a hard truth, but I just wanted to bring this information to you guys, give you guys 3 hard truths why height matters in men and why you should treat it as such an important thing in your life, guys, to become taller, because the world just opens up to you more and you get more opportunities. It may be shallow. Some people might want to be like, oh, well, the world should just accept me as it is. Well, I wish that was the case, guys, but we're not in heaven just yet where everybody's equal. So while we're here on this earth, you know, some people say it's purgatory. I don't know about all that. But while we're here in this realm, do what you can to get taller, because you'll be treated better because of it. All right, guys, that's it for today's video. Comment down below. Do you guys agree with these points that I made? Have you seen these in your everyday life, even for yourself personally? How tall are you guys? That's one thing I'm interested in as well. Like, who's watching this video? How tall are you guys' heights? Comment that down below, because I'd actually be really interested to know that. If you're new to the channel, my name is Alton. Welcome. I post videos like this every single day, so hit that subscribe button if you guys want to see more content like this, and I'll be back very soon. I love you guys.